Good evening. I'm Isidoro Nieto, President of the Weslaco ISD Board of Trustees. The regular board meeting is being conducted in compliance with the Texas Opens Meeting Act. Notice of this meeting has been posted online for the last 72 hours. A recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. The time now is 5:32, and I will begin roll call. Nobody on my left today. Ms. Sustaita had a prior engagement today, so she won't be here. Dr. Jaime Rodriguez will be here in a few minutes, and Coach Cuellar will be here in a few minutes. Mr. Ben Castillo?
Present.
Mr. Eddie Serna?
Present.
And Mr. Mark de los Santos?
Present.
All right. Carlos, any public comments?
There are 5. When we get to that, I guess that
Oh, okay,
item, but not yet.
okay. All right. Just asking ahead of time. Invocation, Dr. Rivera?
Mr. Diaz, Trevino.
Thank you so much. Let's bow our heads and pray. Gentlemen, if you're wearing a hat, if you would be so kind, just remove it in reverence to the Lord. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, our Lord Jesus Christ, how great and mighty you are. There is no one like you. Thank you for the gift of life, health, family, friends, strength, and ability to work to provide for our families. Thank you for your faithfulness and protection over the lives of our students, staff, and families. We thank you for the joyous spirit that Christmas brings to the hearts of those around us. We rejoice in your humble birth in a lowly manger to bring light and salvation to us all. The greatest gift that Christmas brings is your love towards each and every one of us. Father, as is always our petition, we ask you to continue to bless and grant greater wisdom to our Superintendent, Dr. Richard Rivera, and our amazing board. Lord, may your will be done in our board meetings. Help us to maintain integrity in what you have left in our care. Help us always to be focused on the betterment of boys and girls in Weslaco ISD. Bless our administrators and teachers with wisdom, integrity, patience, and the physical and mental strength as this first half of the year ends and the second begins. Above all, bless our students with divine protection, physical and mental health, and providence. May their homes and our classrooms be filled with love and support, not only in Christmas, but every day of the year. Please allow all of our staff and students to return back to school safely at the end of the holidays. We ask you all this in your precious and mighty name of Jesus, and everyone says amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Trevino. Pledge of Allegiance, Dr. Rivera?
Mr. Butler.
Good evening. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please stand, remove any headwear, place their right hand over their heart, and face the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing, right hand over your heart, and face the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. Awards and recognitions,
I'm going to call
Dr.
Elias Trevino this month.
Good evening, Dr. Rivera, members of the board. Let's welcome the first group of students. Tonight, we want to congratulate several high school students who recently auditioned and earned a chair in the Texas Music Educators Association All-Region Orchestra. Our students auditioned before a panel of 5 judges for Region 28, which encompasses the area from Brownsville and Donna to Raymondville. Our students were selected on their musical technique, tone, and articulation. A big round of applause to our students. Parents, please stand and be recognized. One more round of applause as he exit. Let's welcome our next group. We also want to recognize several choir students who auditioned and were selected for the all-district choir. Vocal technique, note accuracy, and diction were critiqued during the blind audition before a panel of 5 judges. Hundreds of students auditioned per vocal range, and our students' performance was clearly outstanding. One student was selected to the all-region choir and is an alternate for area. A big round of applause to these students. Parents, if you are here, please stand to be recognized as well. A round of applause for our parents. Let's welcome our next group of students, our mariachi. Once again, we congratulate several high school students who auditioned for and earned a chair in the TMEA All-Region Mariachi. Several students advanced to the All-State auditions, and we are proud to announce from Weslaco High School, Ismael Mayo Castillo auditioned for and won first chair in the All-State Mariachi in guitar. Mateo Houston is a back-to-back TMEA Mariachi All-Star. And from Weslaco East, Giada Ortiz is the first student in the history of Texas to make TMEA All-State Mariachi with 2 different instruments, the vihuela and violin. Two mariachi students also competed in the 30th Annual National Mariachi Extravaganza as vocalists. It is with great honor to announce that 2 of our students delivered outstanding performances. From Weslaco High School, Athena Gonzalez was a semi-finalist. And from Weslaco East High School, Giada Ortiz won 3rd place at the national contest. Big round of applause. Parents, please stand to be recognized. And one more round of applause as they exit. And I just want to say that one of the band directors was one of my students. I don't know if that's his success. Right there. Tonight, we want to congratulate several high school athletes who were recently named on academic all-state teams. These academic all-state lists recognize high school athletes for their academic excellence in GPA, class rank, and ACT, SAT scores. We honor these students who perform with that highest academic excellence on and off the court or field. Congratulations to the cross-country, volleyball, team tennis, and football programs. A round of applause for this amazing group of students. And from Weslaco East High School, Gianni Ortiz was named to the academic all-state elite team in football. And parents, would you please stand to be recognized as well? Another round of applause as they exit. Let's welcome our next group of students, the FCCLA from Weslaco High School. The Weslaco High School Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America student organization was recently awarded with the NAB Community Care Foundation grant. And tonight, we want to congratulate our students for their contribution to this community service project. The grant of approximately $43,000 will be utilized to continue the high school's Adopt a Park initiative. And to help us present this grant are representatives from NAP Community Care Foundation. Let's give them a round of applause. With this funding, the FCCLA student organization will add inclusive playground equipment to Gibson Park. The Weslaco High School FCCLA sponsor is Miss Mary Martin. Congratulations. As part of our recognitions this evening, I would like to conclude with a very special recognition of our WISD Board of Trustees. January 2025 will be School Board Recognition Month. Again, we want to take this moment to thank our trustees for their dedication to the boys and girls of the Weslaco Independent School District. A big round of applause to our board members. And that concludes the awards and recognitions.
So a special thank you, of course, to all our students and our sponsors and our coaches that work with all those students that had those successes. And of course, to the parents that support their son or daughter during the year. I also like to welcome Commissioner J.P. Rodriguez here visiting us today. Commissioner, welcome. All right, public comments. Carlos.
There are 5.
Are they all the same subject or different? Okay. Kristen Rodriguez, will you step up to the podium? Student? I'll have to read something for you first, and then I'll ask you to state your name and your address, okay? Pursuant to the Open Meeting Act, the Board of Trustees may not deliberate on any comment made by the member of the public on a subject that is not included on the agenda posted with a notice of this meeting. As per Texas Attorney General, the scope of board discussion for a subject not part of the meeting agenda is limited only a proposal by the board member to place on the subject on a future board agenda. Specific factual information of existing policy may be furnished in response to inquiries, but the board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda posted with a notice of the meeting. Any disruptive behavior by any speaker may result in the speaker's removal from participating in the meeting. Please be mindful of using names or personal identifiable information, that there's no immunity from defamatory comments while participating in public comments. Will you state your name and your address?
Kristen Rodriguez,
And your address.
2105 Bald Cypress Drive.
Okay, you will have 3 minutes, and Dr. Jaime Rodriguez will let you know when you have 1 minute left. You may begin.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Superintendents, and staff. My name is Kristen Rodriguez. I am a senior, and I had the honor of being a drum major this year at Weslaco High School. On behalf of the band students of the Weslaco Panther Corps, we would like to thank you for approving our request to improve our practice field. We are grateful for your support and consideration that will have a lasting impact on the students of our organization. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Normally, we shouldn't comment, but thank you very much. And on behalf of Dr. Rivera, we thank you. And Mr. Leal, congratulations. All right, the next one, number 2, Delicia Guerrero or Linda Guerrero?
They were together.
Oh, okay, you all were together? Okay. How about Nancy Hall? Do I need to read it again, or were you listening when I spoke?
No, you're okay.
Okay, good. That makes it even better. All right, state your name and your address, please.
Nancy Hall, 1908 West Taft here in Weslaco.
Thank you. Again, you may begin, and you have 3 minutes, and Dr. Jaime will let you know when you have 1 minute left. You may proceed.
Thank you for allowing me these few moments to express my gratitude for the upgrades that have been assigned to benefit our Weslaco East High School regiment. I have been a part of the Parent Boosters for 3 years now, and it's been an honor to be a small part in their success. The larger part of the success is because of our Weslaco ISD Superintendent and its trustees. Your unwavering support makes all this possible, and we are deeply grateful. I'd also like to thank Mr. Christopher Fernandez for his constant encouragement of the Wildcat Regiment and all of its fine arts programs. Thank you once again for your dedication to enhancing our band program and supporting these incredible students.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Now,
We need clarification. I didn't skip. He was supposed to go and speak together, and then.
So I think he has a few words to say.
what's that?
I think he wants to say a few
Okay.
words too. Yeah.
That's fine. It just, they had it separate, so.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. State your name and your address. Do I need to read that prayer face or not? You're okay?
No, it's okay, thank you.
All right.
My name is Mario Vallejo, and I live at 1901 Primrose Drive in Weslaco, Texas. Good evening, Dr. Rivera, school board members, Weslaco community. My name is Mario Vallejo, and I'm currently a junior at Weslaco High School. I'm here to discuss an item on the agenda regarding the construction for the Weslaco High School band practice field, turf, and improvements project. I've had the privilege of being a trumpet player for the Weslaco Panther Corps for 3 years. This year, the WPC started marching band practice on July 15 and went all the way to November 2nd. A lot of hard work happens during these months, but the efforts required are well worth the tough grind and dedication. There's no feeling like hearing Division I at Pigskin and advancing to the area competition, knowing that we are a part of a great Weslaco history and tradition. Which brings me to my reason for being here today. I'm here to say that I'm very thankful for the decision that has been made regarding our WHS practice field. The decision to add turf will make a great impact on the quality of our practice. Providing turf will even out our field, providing a safer alternative that will lessen the likelihood of injuries and a loss of rehearsal due to muddy conditions. A safer, sturdier, weather-resistant field will definitely help us to be even more successful. In closing, I want to say thank you once again. I'm happy that I'll be able to experience using the new field for my senior year, but even happier that my brother, a sophomore drummer, and my little sister, a 6th grade French horn player, and all the Panther Corps kids to come will get to use it too. Thank you.
Thank you. The person that wrote it under another item?
Yes.
Which is okay. They didn't have it together, but, all right, state your name and your address, please.
Linda Guerrero Dicla, and my address is 1411 Chalcedony here in Weslaco.
Okay.
All right, good evening, Dr. Rivera, school board members, and those joining us today. My name, as I stated, is Linda Guerrero Dicla. I'm a senior band mom and the current band booster president for the Weslaco Panther Corps. As a parent-run organization, we raise funds throughout the year, primarily to award scholarships to our graduating seniors. In fact, we have given approximately $42,000 in scholarships over the last 3 years, and we are prepared to award another $20,000 to our 40 graduating seniors come this May. Although we do an amazing job fundraising throughout the year, our band has continued to grow, and therefore their needs and expenses have also increased. For this school year, you, our school board, approved additional funding for our band, and for that, we thank you. Tonight, you have on your agenda under section 9.d.2, maintenance and operations, The approval of a procurement method of construction for the Weslaco High School band practice field, synthetic turf, and improvement projects, which I understand also includes new lighting. Our band desperately needs this. Over the years, our band students have practiced on the field behind the band hall. During summer band, parents will sit there and will watch our kids as they practice on the grass and dirt field. With all of the marching, the grass is eventually gone and only the dirt remains. Needless to say, allergies flare up for our kids, and we all end up ingesting more dirt than we care to admit. The light approved for those nights that our students practice late into the evenings. On behalf of the band boosters and the parents of the Weslaco Panther Corps students, I humbly ask that you please approve this agenda item. It is much needed and will be greatly appreciated by our students, parents, and directors. Thank you for your service and consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great point. Okay, now will be number 4, Marlene Montemayor. State your name and your address, please.
Marlene Montemayor, 1705 East Llano Grande Street, Weslaco, Texas.
And you attend what school?
Weslaco East,
All right,
yes.
you may proceed. You have 3 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marlene Montemayor, and I am the head drum major for the Wildcat Regiment, and I am accompanied by the assistant drum majors. On behalf of the Wildcat Regiment, we would like to express our appreciation to Superintendent Dr. Rivera, School Board President Mr. Nieto, School Board Trustees, and our community for considering the installation of a new practice field. Your support means the world to us, and it truly makes us feel valued. This investment in our program will greatly enhance our performances and ability to grow together. Thank you all for believing in us and for all that you do for our students. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, number 5, Mrs. Diana Garza. Do I need to read the script, Mrs. Garza?
May I go? Because I was paying attention. Thank you. Okay.
Ms. Garza,
Yeah.
do I need to read the script? Or
No, but it's last time he said I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
You know, like 2 months ago that I wasn't paying attention, that Jackie needed to do it.
But
Read it again.
the-
Anyway.
The past is the past.
The past is the past. Let's go on.
continue forward.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes, and state your name and your address, and Dr. Jaime will let you know once you have 1 minute left. Thank you. You may proceed, Mrs. Garza.
Diana Garza, 1011 East 10th Street, Mercedes. Okay, good evening, Dr. Rivera, school board trustees, parents, students, staff, everybody. And congratulations to all the students that received awards. That's awesome. And ditto, everybody stated how amazing you are. We are in a very, very good school district, second to none. And I thank each and every one of you for everything that you do. However, there are some things that I need to shed light on. Last month on November 19th, there was a board meeting that I was not here, and I was pretty much called a liar. One of you called an investigation and a follow-up on my comments that I have made in the past. You stated that there are no issues. It was said there was no favoritism, and I have like 8 pages, just a few examples of the favoritism. So let me go on. I don't know and the favoritism is involving some of you all's family members and friends, and they're all here. Like I said, 6 or 7 pages. I don't know the intentions that you had when I was called a liar. An employee comes over here and makes all these allegations. If it was in an effort to silence me and try to cover up the sun with a finger, that's not gonna happen. I will continue to be the voice of employees that fear coming up here because they bring concerns to me because I'm gonna shed light, right? And I'll continue to do so, right? Because obviously there's a reason they don't come. Retaliation is real, okay? And I'm living proof. But guess what? God is good and I stand strong. In October, there was an item that spoke about a board member being investigated on misconduct. You all hired a second firm to investigate. What were the findings?
You have 1 minute, ma'am.
Could you all please consider being transparent and placing the findings on the next board meeting's agenda? I myself will be requesting a copy of the investigation through the PR to include all legal fees spent on this investigation. Item 9F1A, I will be requesting a copy of all legal fees through PIR, not only for November, but for the entire time the current legal counsel has been contracted to represent Weslaco ISD. The latest concern that was brought up to me involves the district employee manager going to transportation for a meeting with bus drivers where he told them if they did not like their job, they could go work at a calichera. Bus drivers have a very important job and nobody deserves to be talked to in that manner. Please investigate this and hold this manager accountable for his unprofessional response to employee concerns. In closing, I would like to thank this amazing board for all that you do. I know that you are open to hearing concerns. Please consider changing the TASB recommendation of 3 minutes back to 5. Just because the surrounding districts implemented that, the 3 minutes, this district is second to none. We are Weslaco, we lead, we do not follow. For the most part, you all only have one person signing up for public comments. I really would like more time.
Thank you, Mrs. Garza.
God bless Weslaco ISD and everybody have a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Who's the student? Oh. Yes. I'll ask you your name and then, of course, your address.
I have a small presentation.
All righty, right here. Good job. Good job. As they're working that out, let the record reflect that Dr. Jaime Rodriguez came in at 5:41. Welcome, Dr. Jaime.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Cora Ford. My address is 424 West Mile 11 North.
Welcome.
Well, first off, I want to say thank you so much to the school board and Dr. Rivera for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I'm honored to serve as a Texas FFA Ford Leadership Scholar, and so today I'm going to be presenting a community service project I will be implementing in Weslaco ISD this year. So through this leadership role, I was one of 10 FFA members selected from across the state of Texas to create a substantial and sustainable capstone community service project. After doing some local community research, I was grateful to have a meeting with Dr. Sid with Student Support Services and Mrs. Morales to see what issues students in our school district were facing and how I may be able to address them. And that's how my project idea called Cowboy Corners came about. I realized that the most significant need in the Weslaco community I wanted to impact through my project was the mental health issues students in our school district face. Whether it's anxiety, depression, or issues brought on by bullying, I wanted to help students feel more supported. So Cowboy Corners will be mental health outdoor spaces created in Memorial Elementary, Central Middle School, and Weslaco High School. I'm using different plants, flowers, benches, and visually stimulating features to create an environment where students feel comfortable and can connect with nature. It's kind of going to be a space where students can unplug from their phones and really just calm down and alleviate those mental stressors. Counselors will also be able to utilize these spaces if any students are facing some kind of issue. They can talk to them and help them feel more comfortable. Mr. Juan Cadena was my ag teacher, and he was really the person that motivated me to go for this leadership position, so this project is in honor of him. I have, these are some of the designs and features I talked about briefly a minute ago. I also created an in-depth timeline of every deadline I need to meet so that I can carry out this project in the best way possible, and it will be implemented by the end of this school year. After calculating the full budget to have a space in each one of the Memorial Elementary, Central Middle School, and Weslaco High School, I have a fundraising goal of $6,000. So I'm just here today to kind of bring some more community awareness about this project and see if anybody is interested in helping make a positive impact in the lives of our students. As I mentioned, there are 3 schools that will be having the spaces this year, but Weslaco FFA will take on this project when I am gone, and I will serve in an advising role so that more schools within our district can get spaces like these in the years to come. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today. Here's some contact information of mine, and I also have some informational flyers about this project if anyone is interested in hearing more about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Cora.
Cora, I just want to tell you thank you for taking the lead on this project and trying to make an impact in your community at such a young age. Thank you for that. I appreciate it very, very much.
Yes, sir.
Great job, Cora.
As we proceed, we had a lot of positive comments today on public comments. I will start with Mr. Los Santos. You want to say a few words to thank those that came up?
No, I just think that, yeah, public comments is very important, and we can see the highlights, and we can see the concerns, and I want to thank everybody that attended today and tonight and took that option. And also, one of the big things as well, too, is that I hear a lot about all the improvements, and we hear about all these children and staff coming up here, you know, kind of letting our community know what the benefits are now that we're moving that way. And one of the biggest things is yes, Dr. Rivera and the board played a very integral role as far as setting up and getting us to the bond and presenting, but it was the community as a whole that actually went out and voted. And so we just want to thank them as well, too, because now the community gets to hear all the positive effects of, you know, what they voted on and what they approved. So thank you to everybody who participated tonight. Thank you so much.
Coach Serna? Echo?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Jaime?
Good, thank you. Thank you, Urban.
All right. Mr. Castillo is sitting over there, so I echo what Mr. Los Santos said. Great comments, and Dr. Rivera?
Yes.
Awesome job in continuing with our facilities and everything else for students.
Thank you.
All right, number 7, Superintendent's report. Dr. Rivera?
Yes, can we start on page 2?
Page 2, okay?
And talking about the board, I want to commend our board, because the board was the one that approved the stipend. And it was a December stipend of $1,000, and May another $1,000, and we're among the highest in Region 1. I don't know of anyone else who has given $2,000, but again, I appreciate our staff and the board members and our staff really appreciate this. This was locally funded through fiscal responsibility, and a lot of it was the ADA, and the plans are underway to include this stipend for next year also, and it'll be on the budget. On page 3, as mentioned by Mr. De Los Santos, on the bond election, it was, I want to acknowledge our community. They're the ones that voted, and there were 3 propositions: A, facilities; B, fine arts; C, athletics. And you can see the amount plus the interest. So the interest, again, helps us continue with these projects, and it'll probably be over $5 million by the end of the year on what the interest earned. And again, I will tell you, standing up here, together with the board support, the voters approved the bond monies, and will be spent only on the bond projects that were approved. On page 3, I want to list the projects. Again, I'll be very transparent. Everyone will know on what the monies will be used for. And we're going to move very aggressively on the phase 2 projects. We've already started, but now we're going to go faster to complete these projects. And on Proposition 1, on phase 1, phase 2, and pending, the work is going to be done on roofing, on HVAC, student restroom renovations, vestibules for the safety, fire alarm upgrade, the access controls, and the flooring. Again, this is Proposition A, $140 million. On page 5 is a continuation. And again, these are the facilities. There will be kitchen upgrades. There will be a new ag farm, a drainage improvement, the building envelope at some of our campuses, classroom upgrades, district phone system, intercoms, and a safety and security command center to assist us with the safety of our students and staff. On page 6, this is Proposition B, the fine arts, the phase 1, the phase 2, then the ones that are pending. Again, we're moving aggressively. We're doing, on the fine arts, the HVAC, vestibules, fine art expansion, band storage, band directors' towers, and then the lighting upgrades. On page 7, this is athletics, $10 million, Proposition C. And we're doing the running tracks, the 4 middle schools, the field turf replacement, tennis courts at Weslaco High, district stadium upgrades, and field house remodeling. On page 8, I want to mention the status of the softball fields and baseball fields. The contractor for Weslaco High on baseball and softball is Hellas, and the completion date is hopefully in early January. Some of the pending items at both sides would be the wall, the fencing, the netting, and the backstop wall, and the batting tunnel canopy. For right now, we're starting only with the softball field at Weslaco High. But again, if you pass by, you can see that it looks awesome right now. On page 7, the same thing for Weslaco East. The contractor is Field Turf. The completion date is approximately the middle of January. And the pending items are the same: the outfield wall, check the fencing, the netting, and the backstop wall. At East, they're a little behind Weslaco High, but I'm sure that by this date, there's competition, and I like competition with the firms, and I'm sure they will get both of these in early January. Update on the middle tracks. Again, this is part of the bond election. Right now there's 3 middle schools. The completion date is in late March. At B. Garza, Central, and Dr. Armando Cuellar. On Mary Hogue, we've encountered a problem with the soil testing, so this might take a little longer to complete the track at Mary Hogue. On page 11, I don't have to explain this one. I think the parents did, but there is at Weslaco High, the rationale was discussed already by the parents, by the students, and it's on the agenda tonight to approve the recommendation for the architect, method of construction, and with the turf, and then the lighting. So again, I don't have to explain this one. The students and the parents explained it better than I can. On page 12, it's the same thing for Weslaco East. The same thing, the need is there, and the practice field is going to be larger than what existing. And again, the agenda item is there to approve the recommendation for the architect and the method of construction. And again, I commend the students for coming up here and talking about, since I was a principal in high school, we've had the same place to practice with the ants and the heat. So it's about time that we do something about it. And with the board's help tonight, we are going to get it done. On page 13, very happy, very, very proud of this project the board approved, the billboard conversion. It's already completed. Staff is being trained on how to use it. And we're among as far as I know, one of the few districts that has the digital billboard that will highlight, again, the purpose is to highlight students, staff, and the celebration of everything they've done. So again, I appreciate what the board that approved this one, and it's for the students, the boys and girls of Weslaco ISD to be recognized. On page 14, there's an agenda item tonight under discussion on the proposals received for the HVAC upgrade in North Bridge. I've given you the information through a board update on this issue. There were three schools, and North Bridge is the last one. So hopefully tonight we'll be able to go ahead and approve the project and continue. On page 15, HR. Not knowing what's going to be discussed tonight, but I have one bullet here. HR and I, staff, will address all concerns mentioned in public comments. I can tell you that for my part, there cannot be retaliation It won't happen. During my watch, it's not going to happen. I want for people, not only here tonight, but throughout the day, anytime anyone has a concern, feel free to come address it with me, and I can assure you there will be no retaliation. On the issue of transportation, I was not aware what was mentioned, but I will follow up. I will get together with staff. The issue discussed was not brought to my attention, but I can assure you I will address it. And again, assure you that there's no retaliation. Anyone has any, and that's their right to come out there and give concerns. We may not agree with what they're saying, but we're going to address them. Not only public comments, but anyone that has any issues throughout the school district. With staff or parents or students, I'm here to listen. As you all know, got an open door policy, and I see anyone that wants to come and talk to me. On page 16, very important, safety and security. We had 0 findings. I want to mention on number B, the new dashboard. Mr. Reina can explain that if you have any questions on what that is. The programs that we have, we follow the code of conduct. We take discipline seriously, and there's consequences for bad behavior from light all the way to maximum, such as detention hall, in-school suspension, out of school, the campus AP, the JJAP, and through board policy, we don't paddle anymore. There's no corporal punishment, and that's in our local policy. And from experience, the ones up here, and including me, I think at one time or another, someone used a paddle on us. Right, Coach? I confess, it was used on me when I was growing up. Anyway, it's not used anymore. Safety and security, very, very important. The next slide is on the health insurance. We're going to report quarterly on this. And as you can see, the claims RX total is a little higher than last year. The funding is a little higher. We put more money into the account. And you can see that as of this date, November, we've planned year to date, we spent 4.5 million, stop loss, the amount. So there's a balance. And again, this plan started in September, and it'll end in September of 25. But again, it's a little higher than last year. We're trying to do everything we can to work with our staff, but their health is very important. It comes first. On page 18, this is the self-funded workers' compensation. And again, it'll be reported quarterly. You can see in 24 and 25, we have more claims now, 46, but we've paid less. We paid $33,000 for the 46 claims, and the funding was $481,000. But on this one, as you all are aware, these are long-term claims that we have people that got hurt several years ago, and we're still paying on the claims. And again, this fiscal year starts on July the 1st. And then the last slide that I have is two more. The curriculum and instruction improvements. I mean, this is our goal, student success. We want A's in all our campuses. We focus on this daily. Every single day we focus on curriculum instruction. We had the benchmarks. They've been reviewed with the principals. Action plans will be developed. And we'll present this to the board in our January Lone Star presentation. On B, there's a LASSO grant. That's for materials. We applied for this. And then on the consent, there's 2 agenda items. The agreement between Weslaco and UTRGV, and for the engineering program, and then the Gear Up, also for the next 7 years. So again, we focus on discipline every single day, curriculum every single day, facilities every single day. I go to sleep thanking the district. I wake up and I think of this the entire day. I focus on these things the entire day. The last page is Lone Star. The goal progress measures 5.1 CCMR, TSI. The increase, you see that the benchmark increased to 46%. On A, the preliminary numbers for cohort for 24, TSI or RLA and math is 52%. This number does not include the ones that completed the college prep on the TSI exemption. The constraint measures are here, the 4.1, 4.2, the fund balance was reported last month, healthy fund balance, and we received a rating of 100% on the first report. good information. Again, my goal here is we're second to no one, second to none. So this is my report. Mr. President, board members, any questions on any of these slides?
Thank you, Dr. Rivera. Let the record reflect that Coach Correa came in at 6:10. I'll begin on the left. Any questions or concerns, Dr. Jaime?
No, thank you, Dr. Rivera. I know you have a lot on your plate, but I know you're doing a great job and keeping us moving forward there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach Correa?
I agree with that, sir. I agree with that. Hey, you've always been the ultimate warrior. Yes, sir.
Mr. Ben Castillo?
Yes, I have a couple questions, and I'll be quick. Dr. Rivera, on this slide with the bond finance interest earned,
Yes.
is it possible that we could post this on our website and just update it live so members of the community could see?
Good idea.
The only questions I get from the school district are how are we spending the bond money? That's a very big kind of issue in the community.
Right here. We can do it.
Okay, yeah, just kind of so people know where the money's
Carlos?
going and stuff.
We'll do it.
I appreciate you, sir. And then my other question, on the safety slide, actually, I'm sorry, on the billboard, it looks nice, it looks real nice. Are we gonna sell ads, or we're just gonna do our own thing on it?
Right now, I'm thinking about it. Right now, I just want to go ahead and focus on our students and not do advertising, but I'm thinking on it.
Yeah, it looks very nice, and we don't have to sell ads.
No.
I would tend to agree with you on that. And then on the safety and security doc, I know I ask this all the time, but I just want to make sure that if whatever resources are needed for this, just let us know. I mean, there was another incident yesterday in another part of the United States, and we just want to make sure that our kiddos are safe, and I know they are, but whatever we could do on top of whatever we're doing. I mean,
That's our goal, student safety.
and then on the self-funded health insurance, we're getting killed on the RX, on the prescriptions. I don't know if your administration has looked at different alternates. I know other districts are looking at maybe going international to try to save money on the prescriptions. And I don't know if that's an option for us.
We'll take a
but-
look at it. Dr. Cantu, let's take a look at it. For
Yeah, but-
areas. We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, because if we started September 1st, 2024, we're down one quarter and we're down. We're not projected to be within that budget if we keep going this
Yes.
way.
We'll take a look at it.
And that's all I got, sir. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Castillo, for those important points. Coach Serna? No. Mr. Los Santos?
No, just want to say that great report on the academics. I just want to make on that last slide, to all our staff, I know we're coming to the winter break and it's much deserved, so I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a great time with your family and your friends and whatnot. And I also did want to touch up on human resources, that topic that you did. I wanted to commend you on all the hard work that you did in the update, because I think it's important that people know that your report found zero findings, right? Zero findings, no proof of any of the allegations being true, and that's important, and this is why. Because at the end of the day, I've seen firsthand when people use, social media, or they use public comments, or whatever the case may be, for whatever reason, to talk about things that are not factual and not true, the people that get hurt are students, staff, and then the families of the people that are being talked about, right? And I feel it's our responsibility as a board supporting the superintendent that we address those issues. Because I've seen the devastation that it's done in other districts, and it has. You don't have to look far. Some of them have lost, when you lose enrollment because people out there believe that an individual with credibility or whatever the case may be is saying these things and have zero findings and impacts, it affects enrollment. And at the end of the day, when you affect enrollment, you affect finances. And when you do that, you not only hurt everyone. You hurt every single child, your neighbors, your family members, everybody, because then there's a piece of the population that's going to believe that. Now, that's a very powerful tool, just like I've told other trustees too. What you say, every word that comes out of your mouth is so powerful because people are going to believe it and take it for 100% for what you're saying, for what it's worth. The same thing goes with that podium right there. It's a very powerful tool, and it can be used for good or it could be used for bad, okay? And at the end of the day, we cannot allow our human resources, which is our most important factor in our school district. It's the people that drive the buses, the people in nutrition, everywhere, maintenance, the principals, administrators, teachers, every single person, custodians, is very important. And we can't create an environment where we allow those things to happen, then we don't stand up for that staff. And we allow them to fall victim and fall under siege to those type of people. It has to be addressed. And part of that, whether it's our role or not, well, it's mine now. So when those things come out to happen, we're going to address them, we're going to investigate them properly, look into them, and we'll come back with a report so that our community is informed with facts versus assumptions, because those assumptions could hurt primarily our students or our kids. So thank you. That's all I wanted to state.
Thank you, Mr. Los Santos. And of course, a special thank you to Dr. Rivera for following up on everything, especially our ADA, that we have the ability to have more money available for students. And of course, the ADA, the principals and the staff at each school have done an excellent job this year with your leadership, and of course, central office leadership that have done very well this year under your leadership.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll continue with Lone Star Governance, number 8, Dr. Rivera.
Ms. Solano, do you have information you want to present?
Yes, sir. Hi, good evening, Mr. Nieto, board members, Dr. Rivera, and community. So you have the information. That was the last slide Dr. Rivera presented. This month, we were reporting on TSI. We have surpassed already our end of the year goal at 52% versus 46, and that still leaves us with a whole semester worth of work, right? So we're very excited to share with you that. But also too, on the superintendent constraints, you see Mr. Dobledo reported last month on the superior rating, a perfect score. So we're very proud to present on those 2 items. So we are just seeking for your approval tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Solano. Any other, on this area, Dr. Rivera?
No.
No?
I just have a quick question. What was the fund balance?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
So it increased $2 million from the previous year. So we're still at above the 90-day fund balance. But let me get that number real quick.
But that's also taking into account the fact the money that we reduced and took out of that.
Yes.
That we
That is
have on
correct.
hold,
We
right.
spent all that money,
Including
spent all the
approximately.
money, but still 3
Right.
months in reserve, more than
Right.
3 months. So we're in good financial
Right.
shape. So next month, I'll bring the project back
Because
to
you have the fund balance, and then you also have the ones that are on hold over here on the side,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Which is technically was taken out.
and unassigned?
Yes.
Right.
all right. Any questions on the Lone Star Governance? Dr. Jaime?
No, Ms. Solano, just real quick, on the PSI, so students who completed the college prep or Texas College Bridge, how do those students get access to that? Is that something that gets selected for?
So for TSI testing, Dr. Rodriguez?
The ones that get exempted because of the college prep?
So, Dr. Sid? I'll refer this one to Dr. Sid, Dr. Rodriguez.
Good evening, Board President, members of the board, Dr. Rivera. So the question was, how do the students get into those college prep
Correct.
courses and take advantage of the Texas College Bridge? So basically, at the end of the junior year of our students, we pretty much figure out who among the students are not TSI complete. So those students, if they're eligible to actually attend the college or enroll in those college prep courses, because we offer them in conjunction or in partnership with UTRGV. So they go into those classes, so they have to qualify for it. So one of the criteria is they have to have taken the TSI and were not successful, and then they have to be EOC complete. So they have their certain criteria. And as far as Texas College Bridge is concerned, so those is kind of like Edmentum. It's those after-school classes that we offer to those students at the Edmentum lab. And basically, the students have to go through the modules. And we usually offer this right now with our juniors and seniors, but starting next school year, there are some changes that TEA is doing. So it's just going to be offered to our seniors. So if they qualify, we put them in those classes. So so the students go through those modules, and they have to earn 90 when they're completing those assignments, and then they have to take the test for the RLA, and then they have to take the essay. It needs to be graded. So it's a very rigorous program, but we do have students from both Weslaco East and Weslaco High School who are successful with those modules. And I know that at Weslaco East High School, they actually have a class where they're putting those students to complete those Texas College Bridge. And I think for Weslaco High School, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like an after-school program for Edmentum. Correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Yvette. That's how we're doing it at Weslaco High School, right? Yes. Okay. In
Well,
class.
thank you. Great job. You know, it was 46% was the goal and 52%, you know, really good. Good job. Great work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sid. Coach Cuellar, any questions on LSG? Mr. Castillo?
Just a fund balance question.
Okay. Mr.
Yes.
Serna?
I think you have the number. I finally do have it. So luckily, Dr. Rivera shared a slide last month on the fund balance. And on that slide, it did show that we had $65,435,000 of what we call unassigned fund balance, which means that it's not tied to anything. Now, we do on our own say 90 days is set aside for worst case scenarios and all that good stuff. So that dollar amount is $43,435. I'm sorry, $43,435,000, which leaves us $22 million for other projects. And so,
Doc, I can tell you in listening to these presentations all over the place that our fund balance is higher than districts that are twice our size. Unassigned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily.
So, thank you, Doc.
I'm gonna jump in real quick too, and I'm gonna highlight something, because I saw some, I like to look sometimes, you know, I saw the Monitor article on Weslaco ISD, but they talked about it, they talked about the stipend that we gave staff, but what some of the important factors are, one, is that's also in addition to pay increases that we gave, you know, coming into the year, or that Dr. Rivera brought to the table and that we supported and voted on. And then the other critical factor is that those are within balance, and we're still under balance. So we're one of the only districts, if not, I'm gonna say maybe the only district in the Rio Grande Valley that had the surplus budget this year.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, so congratulations and great job on the district administration and all the staff, because that's massive, especially right now and this year that everybody else is struggling. So kudos to you all
It's a team
as
effort.
well, definitely.
With the board, too.
With your support.
And Dr. Rivera, I would recommend that at every board meeting, let us know what the fund balance
We'll do it
is.
next month.
So that way everybody knows where
We'll
it's
do it
in.
again next month.
Okay, and Coach Serna? And any questions, LSG? All right, let's move forward to 8B. Discussion of possible action for the Board of Trustees to consider approval of the Lone Star Governance Board monitoring calendar for December 2024. Dr. Rivera.
sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I got it was just this thing.
Motion was made.
So what was the findings? Oh, no, he needs a second.
We have a motion by Mr. Castillo. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And we have a second by Dr. Jaime. Dr. Rivera.
Recommend approval.
What are some of the details on that, sir? I didn't bring my paperwork, that's why I forgot.
Ms. Solano?
Ms. Solano?
Yes, sir. What was the question?
Which item were we talking about? This one?
Eight-
Just the
8B.
Lone Star governance.
Oh, the Lone Star Governance,
Yeah.
okay, never mind. I
Yeah.
thought we were something else, okay, I'm sorry. I got confused, I don't. Misunderstanding.
Okay.
You're good.
We're okay?
Yes, we're good.
We're all right? All right. So, of course, I took the liberty, I don't know, I scored the Lone Star Governance, our vision and our goals and so forth. I followed what Mrs. Sustaita had at the last board meeting, and so I'm going to go over it real quickly, all right? So that we can have an idea of where we at. The majority of them were a meet focus, but the higher end of meet focus. Under vision and goals, the board has adopted student outcome goals. I think we did very well. I had us at 12. Under vision and goals number 2, the board has adopted goal progress measures aligned to each student and outcome, and I also had us at 12 there, which is meet focus. Under vision and goals 3, the board said adopted constraints, and we have, and I graded ourselves as 9, so we're getting there to masters. Of course, once Coach Serna comes in and attends the LSG governance and continues, then we should be at master's level by next semester. Under the board has adopted superintendent constraint progress measures. Again, there I ranked us as 4. Under progress and accountability, the board invests at least half of its time to improve student outcomes. I rated us a 12. Under the board evaluates but does not interfere with progress towards improving student outcomes, I have us as a 4. Under the board operates in a way that allows the superintendent to accomplish the vision, and there I actually went up to a 14, which we are following up, and as soon as Coach Sena comes aboard with a couple of board meetings, then we'll be up there in master's focus. Under the board promotes the vision, Again, there, I ranked us as a 9, which again is meet focus, and we're getting there closer to master focus. And under the board works collaboratively and with the superintendent to lead towards the vision, ranked us a 9, which is 9 out of 10. So we're continuing on. Hopefully by next semester, we should be at a master focus. I will have you all sign this form and move forward. Next time, I'll probably ask you ahead of time to give me some feedback, but I think we're right on target with our LSG. Dr. Rivera? All right.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about the confusion, because I'm used to the slides, and then we move on to, I didn't see the slides, so I was thinking, what happened? No, but thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Nieto, quick question on the board monitoring calendar. There was one that was presented to the board last month? A new one?
No, on the board monitoring calendar.
Okay, so-
That was approved this past January, so it hasn't changed.
Okay, well, we probably need a new one, no? Or we're just gonna use this one?
Unless we want to rotate the items for every month.
Sure.
Right, that we need to, then we would bring it for an amendment, right? To just edit, but that would be the board's discretion.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be good for us to kind of redo it because it's from last year.
Yes,
I mean, even if it's the same thing, just updating the dates.
okay.
So, yeah, so my motion is everything except for the board monitoring calendar on the item.
Okay. So we have a motion by Mr. Castillo and a second by Dr. Jaime, correct?
Yes, sir.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passes. All right, we'll continue on. Let me see where we're at.
Well, on consent, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve pending nobody has anything to pull out.
I have a motion by Mr. Castillo to approve the consent agenda unless somebody has a item.
If somebody has something to pull something out, I don't.
Dr. Jaime, do you have a?
I don't.
Okay, Ms. Cuellar? Mr. Cerda?
I'll second.
All right, so we have a motion by Mr. Castillo, second by Mr. Los Santos to approve the consent agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, so let's continue to, I'll get there. Yes, sir. 10, discussion items. 10A, update on trainings, conferences, events, and consider future agenda item requests by the Board of Trustees. Dr. Rivera.
Yes, on your desk, you have 9 items. It's on your desk there, what needs to be done for the local district orientation, education code, update to the team building, continuing education, evaluating student academic performance, identifying and reporting abuse and trafficking, on maltreatment of students and school safety training, and cybersecurity. Ms. Yvette will contact you as to when we'll have these meetings. And probably the first one is the new board members, the orientation, that has to be done within the next 2 months. And then also 1 and 2 together. So these are the meetings to be held during the next few months, or even years, every 2 years. It's the discussion item.
All right. Any questions, Dr. Jaime, on this one?
No, sir.
Coach Cuellar?
None.
Mr. Castillo?
None.
Coach Cerna?
No.
Because you got to follow up on those the next 2 months, so you don't have any questions, you're ready to go. Mr. Los Santos? All right, let's continue. There's discussion and possible action item, Superintendent of Schools, discussion and possible action to reschedule regular board meetings to the 3rd Monday of each month. Dr. Rivera?
Yes. At the request of Board President Coach Nieto, we'd like to go ahead and recommend to you discussion and possible action to reschedule the regular meeting on the 3rd Monday of each month. Right now it's the 2nd, with the exception being March,
Right.
back on the 2nd Monday because that's spring break.
That's
So
right,
recommend-
we can always do that.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second. All right, we have a motion by Mr. Los Santos, correct? And a second by Mr. Castillo to move school board meetings to the 3rd Monday of every month except for March, you said, and we'll bring that back to another meeting. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right. 11B, discussion of possible action for the Board of Trustees to approve the administration's recommendation of the proposals received for the HVAC upgrades project at North Bridge Elementary School, CSP number 251228, and to authorize the administration to negotiate and approve the contract. Dr. Rivera.
I'm recommending that we approve Carrier for the reasons listed in your packet, which is cost savings, and then using the same vendor, and all three schools together.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion by Coach Cuellar and a second by Mr. Castillo. Any questions, Dr. Jaime?
No, sir.
Mr. Coach Cuellar? Mr. Castillo?
No, sir.
Coach Serna? Mark?
No,
Mr.
I just want to say a great job, Dr. Rivera, and then the cost savings on this
Yes.
is huge.
Yes.
You know, as far as over $500,000.
$250,000.
Big time.
Yeah, so great job on
Thank
that,
you.
and the administration and everyone that participated in your department as well, sir. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Well done.
And we're still gonna negotiate
You still could do it.
on the items that are here.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion carries. All right, let's continue here with, we are closed meeting to discuss personnel matters. Discussion regarding superintendent's recommendation of certified personnel and non-contractual personnel. Discussion regarding superintendent's recommendation on resignations, retirements of certified personnel or professional and non-contractual personnel. Discussion consideration regarding the superintendent's recommendation for the interim principal in Northbridge Elementary School. Consultation with attorney. Settlement pending or contemplated litigation, settlement offer, matter in which the duty of the attorney of the Weslaco Independent School District under the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. We will go into executive session. It is 6:38. We reconvene in open meeting. It is 7:15. Possible action if necessary on items discussed in closed meeting, 14B. Discussion of possible action regarding superintendent's recommendation on employment of certified personnel and non-contractual personnel. Dr. Rivera.
You have the list before you, recommending approval?
Move to approve.
Second?
We have a motion by Coach Cuellar and a second by Dr. Jaime. Any questions on this one?
None.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. 14C, discussion and possible action regarding superintendent's recommendation on resignations, retirement of certified personnel and non-contractual personnel. Dr.
You
Rivera.
have the list?
Move to approve.
Recommending approval?
Second.
We have a motion by Dr. Jaime and a second by Coach Cuellar. Any questions?
None.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Discussion and possible action regarding the superintendent's recommendation for the interim principal at Northbridge Elementary School.
I'd like to recommend Carmen Briones to be the interim principal in Northbridge.
Motion to approve?
Second?
We have a motion by Mr. Los Santos and a second by Dr. Jaime to approve the interim principal for Northbridge Elementary, Carmen Briones, and she's here today. Any questions or concerns first, Dr. Jaime?
Congratulations, congratulations. Thank you.
Coach Cuellar?
Congratulations.
Mr. Ben?
Yes, I have. No, I'm just kidding. Congratulations.
Coach Serna?
Congratulations, man.
And Mark?
Congratulations, ma'am. I wish you and your staff all the best.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion carries. Adjournment.
So move.
All right.